Hello, everybody, and welcome to my blog. If this is your first time here, thank you for being here. And if you're returning, welcome back. Today's vlog is going to be a little different, and I want to introduce you to a friend of mine. Before I do that, I wanted to explain a little bit why and give you a brief backstory. The reason I'm recording this blog today as a video as opposed to typing it out is every time I tried to type it, it just didn't seem like the words were really coming together with what I wanted to say. And I feel like there's maybe a little bit more emotion conveyed in video. I've known my friend Johnny for about 5 years now. And about 2 years ago, I learned from a mutual friend that he had been diagnosed with ALS. ALS is Lou Gehrig's disease. Many of you may not know what Lou Gehrig's disease is beyond that in 2014 it was the world famous ice bucket challenge where people poured ice cold water on their head and then tagged their friends and got them to donate money. ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, as I understood, was a huge success financially, raising over $100 million to my knowledge. And there's still not a cure for ALS. ALS, I'm not an expert on. Essentially what it says is, as Johnny has said over and over again in some of the videos he shared, is it slowly deteriorates your neuromuscular system, essentially turning your body into a jellyfish, where you cease to lose function of your muscles and you wither away, yet your brain's still there. One of the more famous ALS patients out there is Stephen Hawking. You can see Stephen Hawking has his wheelchair. He's not able to move much. He has a form of ALS that's different than what my friend John has, at least to my knowledge. When John got diagnosed, you can imagine it was life-shattering and changing to say the least. Johnny's always been an active guy playing football at both high school and collegiate level. He's a cowboy. He was a pretty well-known caterer. I think I fell in love with cooked Brussels sprouts from Johnny. I remember him being over at my house one day and making these amazing Brussels sprouts, and after that I was hooked. Complete side note. I also, one of the first time I remember these hamburgers that Johnny made at a catering thing one time. And a hamburger, you might ask, how different can you make? It was unreal. Johnny's cooking aside, he was always just this really gregarious guy with such a wonderful gift for gab. You know, he had that kind of personality that would light up a room. Really personable, always willing to talk to, and always extending a helping hand. When I first spoke with Johnny after he had been diagnosed, we talked about what his legacy was. And John was saying that one of the struggles he was facing with was trying to figure out what that legacy was exactly and what he wanted it to be. We brainstormed some different ideas. We talked about some different things it could be. And Johnny expressed one of his fears with me. You know, I think a fear that so many of us face in looking at death, which is the fear of being forgotten. You know, who was I when I'm not here? What did my life mean anything? Did I matter? And Johnny now being given a terminal diagnosis, that fear that probably so many of us have thought about before became a really clear and evident thing for him. And legacy became something that was really important to him. What Johnny and I came up with is a project that we've been working on pretty consistently since the beginning of this year, 2016, and we started it late 2015. Johnny, each and every week for the last several many months, Johnny's been sharing a video or two chronicling his experience, with the hope and the intention of helping to inspire others, helping to bring light to a horrible, horrible disease, and hopefully giving some hope and understanding and peace to others out there who are fighting with terminal illness. We call it Conversations with the Epicurean Cowboy. That was the name of Johnny's catering company, with the underlying intention of showing people how to live with dignity. When we came up with that phrase, when John approached living with dignity, I thought, God, it was such a beautiful thing. Because in a disease that does everything it can to almost strip the person of their physical humanity, taking away bodily functions, taking away the ability to hold on to something. I'm holding my iPad right now as I talk this to you all. Johnny can't grip it, and he wouldn't be able to do this. He doesn't have the physical ability to hold it up. You know, he's if he has a glass of wine now, he's sipping it through a straw. And so it's the disease that does everything it can to take the physical dignity away. I think Johnny's intention to live with dignity and show people what that looks like is all the more admirable and courageous, because as the weeks go on, Johnny shares more and more candidly about some of the challenges he faces. He shares some great resources that he's learned and possibilities that are out there for other people. I think one of the things that has been of the greatest value in some of Johnny's stuff that he said, at least for me as a friend and being a part of it, is being able to see the courage that humans have inside of them when they're faced with some really challenging times. You know, I really truly believe that all of us, each and every human being out there, has a tremendous strength deep down inside of us. And I think most of us are very lucky in life that we never have to tap into it. Johnny's tapping into it, and he's tapping into it in a big way, and bearing his soul out there to share his journey with other people. I believe that the most significant and important thing we can determine for ourselves in life is meaning. Stuff is going to happen, awful things are going to happen to wonderful people, and most of us are going to face some really shitty times. I don't know why some people face worse times than others, and I can tell you this. Ultimately, at the end of the day, the thing that matters the absolute most is the meaning that you choose to make of whatever situation that you encounter, whatever obstacle you face. The meaning that Johnny's choosing to make of his situation in life is one that's very inspiring. It's very real. It's very heartfelt. And it's becoming more and more transparent of just his experience with it. I think the realness that Johnny comes across, and in the videos you'll see we laugh together, we cry together, we say some really inappropriate stuff together. And again, we do so to be transparent so you can see kind of the behind the scenes of what being a human is, but being human, of being behind the scenes of humanity, and somebody who's going through a really tough time. And hopefully you can gain some valuable life lessons beyond it. Learning you have a deeper appreciation for what you do have in life. Maybe it inspires you to love those that you love even more, to be grateful or even in greater, deeper gratitude for what you have. And then maybe be able to find strength to look beyond your problems and realize that problems and challenges are just that, they're problems and challenges. They're not the end of the world. Perhaps they might be the start of a new beginning. So, I think I've rambled on long enough now. And without further ado, I want to introduce you to my friend, Johnny Aspra, Epicurean Cowboy. There's a link below that'll take you to his Facebook page. And I invite you to follow along in our journey. Again, every week we try to post 2 videos a week. And they're kind of a hodgepodge of different topics. If any of you have specific questions for Johnny after watching the videos, or about ALS in general, or maybe just some general life philosophy that you start to gain from what we talk about, please post them. We'd love to hear it. And lastly, Johnny is on full disability now. He's not able to work. You'll see that there's a link to a GoFundMe account for him. If in your heart, if something that we share inspires you, it touches you, please feel free to donate to it. A couple bucks makes a huge difference in a situation. And if financially you can't support, please share the video. Because I'm willing to bet that if a couple of you share the video, it'll find its way, share the Facebook page, it'll find its way to somebody who might have an extra few dollars lying around under the couch cushions and would happily part with it in support of somebody else. All right? That's it for me. Again, thank you everyone for being here. And I really hope that this video and Johnny's journey touches you, it connects with you, and it helps you to live not only an amazing life, but live a life with dignity. Okay? Take care, and sending lots of love your way. Bye-bye.